go ahead and take this out. Let's see what's off. Make sure again we don't cut anything important. These are the hoop sections. Top. So these are the swing arms, and then I also got a Polini throttle. Got a 16-liter gas tank. So the Vittorazi engine has a vibration dampening bolt on it. This is not the one, but the same size. And we're gonna take indented, so this will not be right up against your back. We're gonna put a washer on and we're gonna run these down. And we don't want any play. So these are 8 metric. These are 20 millimeters long. And unpack the muster. I'm gonna put some foam down. Lay that down. Here, but this is a Monster 185 Plus MY22. So even if you buy your paramotor with the engine already installed, or if you buy it directly from the factory, make sure you take this foam out of the breather. Otherwise, it won't suck enough air to get started. Some people do that and they think something's wrong with their engine, when in fact they haven't taken that foam plug out. Open this up and unvelcro it and get to these bolts. Lay this frame down on there and then run those bolts down. Just take that off for now. Same thing over here. Place real quick. So just like they've done here on the bolts on the Monster, I'm gonna put some of this down so when I do a pre-flight inspection, I can see if it moved. Just like I can check that. If it's cracked, then I know it's vibrating loose. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Go ahead and tighten these bolts down. I'm just going to do these across from each other. Make sure you get adequate threads. I don't want to over tighten because I don't want to strip anything. To install, just line it up. Actually, I can tighten it up from right there. Works pretty good. All right, okay, so we've got the fuel filter on. We've got the primer bulb on. We're gonna secure that with a clamp. Make sure it is going in the right direction. It'll have an arrow for the primer bulb, meaning going to the carburetor. And now we're gonna install this first. And then once we install the primer bulb, then we'll connect the fuel line to the top. Fuel line that we're gonna put on top of the primer bulb. We're going to insert that, and that's going to connect into the fuel line that came with the Vittorazi. All right, I'm going to go ahead and attach the primer bulb top and bottom. You can see where I have that one attached. Go ahead and run this one down. I don't want to compress it too much because I still want to be able to squeeze it and get the gas flowing. Then I can kind of tuck it in there. There we go. So ground wire is right there attached to that throttle cable bolt that is grounded to the engine. Kill switch goes into the ignition to kill it. All right, let's go over what we did. So this is screwed on. That's the little piece that we drilled the end of it out so that it would slide on and fit in there to prevent it from popping out. We screwed this on. Put the ground right here between the nut and this because that's grounded into the engine. So there's our ground wire. We'll tighten these down. Our swing arms on. This is a spacer. This one goes on your right side. So that slides in, M8 bolt spacer, and it's got 2 rubber bushings here. I'll slide our washer on. Our anti-vibration washer, and then our M8 nut goes here. We're gonna run that down. You want to see several threads over here, at least 2 or 3. It's going to be a 6 for the Allen key, 13. Oops, went the wrong way. 13 for the socket. Tighten that down enough so that you can see several threads. Part of the harness on first. We're going to run this through. Same process. This just has a few more attachment points than the Dudak comfort seat. So you'll have 2 tops, 2 bottoms on the comfort seat that attach to the frame. This has 2 top, 4 bottom for the split leg. And then I'm going to double back through. Be careful not to fray or damage the strap. And this one will be double backed. All right, what's cool about the APCO split leg is you can put these attachments in and just attach them. And then cinch. You're just going to slide it in. We'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Slide it in, cinch it down, and then attach. And we'll do the same thing opposite side. We'll slide it through here. I'm going to slide that ring on. We're going to run that through and lock it down. So open that up and run it through. There we go. Take this and then thread it through. Gonna run it through that hole. We'll have to do a hang check to make sure. Run this in to prevent that from shaking loose. There we go. So this part being in front, and that's connecting you to your harness. Install frame. You've got to start here at the bottom. This is going to be kind of tight because this will be the first time installed. Oh, that worked good. Cinch that down good. This other one, I believe, is a Velcro strap. Yes. And we'll wrap it all the way around. So that'll hold this on. We'll have to do the other side before we put the top on. Pull these together. Make sure it's pretty tight. Everything into its place. All right. There we go. That'll keep that out of the prop. We'll run these bolts down across from each other, make sure everything's threaded in right, nothing gets cross-threaded. All right, letters out when you're installing the E-prop. I'm just gonna snug these down by hand because we're just gonna do a hang test. Then I'll take my torque wrench, and this is 8 Newton meters. So it says right here, torque to 8 Newton meters. I'm gonna do a figure 8 on the butt. I'm gonna go over, under those 2 ropes and back through the top side where I started. The reason I'm using a figure 8 follow through is I can put a lot of tension on that and still get it untied. It's what climbers use. Awesome. You know, give me something to kind of hook to. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and install the spark plug. Let's take this cap out here. Wow, so I didn't accidentally bump it or something. Damage over tighten. I just want to snug that down just a little bit. There we go. Yep. Feels pretty good to me. That one's got a slight twist in it, so I may take it back off and get it twisted around.